Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be where the narcissist never thought you would be. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So wherever you are right now, this is not where they thought you would be. They didn't think that you would be healing. They didn't think you would be putting yourself back together. They didn't think you would be getting stronger. They didn't think that you would be figuring out who they were, what they had done, and what they're doing right now with other people. They did not think that you would be getting the wisdom, that you would be applying the tools, that you would understanding all the behaviors of their toxicity. Example again, as I've shared over the years, what is gaslighting? What is stonewalling? What is the silent treatment? What is financial abuse, verbal abuse, on and on and on. You see, they had you trapped in a mental prison, a physical place also, a physical prison, if you will, probably in your house. And they didn't think you would escape. They didn't think that you would break the four ties. And what are the four ties? The emotional tie, the financial tie, the physical tie, and yes, the spiritual tie. They never thought that you would be strong enough to do what you have done or what you are doing. You are fortunate, you are resilient, you're one of the courageous ones. You are unlike all the other people before this person met you, that they probably destroyed their lives, and those people probably never did either A, rise through the ashes like a phoenix and put themselves back together, B, put two and two together, or C, heal. So many people stay stuck. So many people post-relationship end up blaming themselves. So many people feel isolated and they feel that they could have done more, they should have done more, or how could they have stayed in that relationship that long? How did they not know? Again, you're different. You are getting stronger each and every day. You have seen behind the mask. You now know what narcissism is. You now know what empathy is, and you now know how humanity works. Each and every moment post-relationship, once you figured out who they were, you were getting stronger whether you knew it or not. Now, sure, there were sleepless nights. Yes, there were times when you overate or you couldn't eat at all, or times when you didn't want to get out of bed, or times when you didn't want to pick up that phone. No, not from the narcissist, from another person. There were other times you just wanted to be left alone. There were times when you sat and pondered, ruminated, and thought and considered how you got where you are. All of these things encompass the healing path. Remember, the healing path is not linear. It will take time. It will take a lot of time, but in your time you will heal if you utilize the tools that are provided for you with each and every video I create, and from all the amazing comments from all the people who have healed or who are healing all over the world. At one point, we all were what is known as the new supply. What is the new supply? It's the target. It's the person whose energy, resources, relationships, money, and so much more are being drained from them, and they're going into the toxic person. This is an energetic exchange, as is everything on the planet. Just like the sun rises and then the sun sets and the moon rises and the moon shifts through all the different dimensions of the moon. Well, that's what life is. Life is dynamic. Life, it does not sit still. It doesn't wait for anybody. Neither does Father Time. But again, as you're healing and you're growing and evolving and ascending and elevating, what is that person doing? They probably are thinking, yep, I finished another one off. I wiped another one off the face of the planet. There's another person who will be blaming themselves the rest of their life. There's another person who will never, ever, and I mean never, figure out who I am and what I did. Well, that's what they were accustomed to. That's what the juggernaut does. That's what the apex behemoth does. That's what the narcissist does. But again, you're different. You're cut from a different cloth. You figured it out against all odds. You defeated or are defeating the narcissistic relationship. You've put yourself back together, sometimes second by second, sometimes day by day, sometimes month by month. And along the way, yes, you've had setbacks. There have been triggers that were expected, triggers that were unexpected. And every single day that you were healing, like I shared with you earlier, you're getting stronger, despite the fact that you may not think that you're getting stronger. If this was one size fits all, like example, if you broke a bone in your arm and you went to the doctor and they set it, well, then it would be so much easier for all of us to heal. But healing post-narcissistic relationship, it is not one size fits all. That's why we are all on the healing path, headed in the same direction, simply taking different footsteps. You may be 20 yards in front of me, you may be 300 feet behind me, but you're moving in the same direction as am I. So you need to be patient with yourself. You need to be stoic with yourself. You need to be calm and centered and understand that, yes, maybe today's a challenging day. Maybe you didn't want to get out of bed. Maybe you called in sick. Maybe you didn't want to pick up the phone from someone who's checking in on you. Maybe you didn't want to look at your work email. Maybe you didn't want to cook breakfast or grab a shower today. I get all those things. But you have to remember that that's today. Today's but a day in your life. It's only one day out of 365 days in this calendar year. Tomorrow is a new day. Tomorrow is a new opportunity to grow, to learn, to become awakened and aware, educated and empowered. But you must get through this day. You must get through this moment. You must get through this hour, and then the next hour, and so on and so on. So many people, and myself, I was included in this, think that this journey, healing, it's never going to end, and we're going to be stuck, and we're going to be trapped, and days will not ever be like they once were. Well, the truth is, we are stuck until we're not. The days do return, but they return better than they ever were, because once you get the wisdom and you apply the tools, you have to remember you enter what is known as the third version of you, which is the strongest, most galvanized version of you known to humankind. This is rarefied air. It's where I've been living for quite a long time, and it's where I've helped so many other people arrive at. It's called that mountaintop, that pinnacle of indifference. It's when you have the lifelong learning lessons from the past, you understand what the toxic person did, you know all the behaviors and the mannerisms, you've learned the definitions in the glossary, you've put yourself back together, you have healed and healed properly, you've insulated yourself, you've stayed in that cocoon of boundaries as long as you needed to, and then eventually you emerged, and as you emerged, you tested the world, you tested yourself, you tested your energy, and you tested your wisdom. Example, I can remember years ago, walking down the street, going to the store and buying peanut butter for the first time and buying food that I wanted when I had money, and that I had not been allowed to purchase in the past. Well, that felt very liberating, not to walk down the hill, although that was a whole different challenge, but to go to the store and stare and wonder in amazement, oh my gosh, I can pick out whatever I want. I don't have to get this. I don't have to report back what size it is, how much money it costs. I don't have to be second guessed as to why it took me so long or so short at the store. I don't have to be questioned why I spent so much money or why I forgot this even though it wasn't on the list. All of those things get erased. They all get stuck in the past. And that's where the narcissist will be once you've healed, stuck in the past. They will have thought that you never broke the chains. They will have thought that you never healed, and they will have thought that you would still be stuck pining for them. Well, that is not the truth. The truth is, once you close the chapter of the book on this person or these people and you heal, then they mean less to you than a blade of grass. And we love grass, but we don't love the narcissist. The narcissist is a toxic person who spun your world upside down, who took you on a roller coaster of emotions, and who took you super high and dropped you super low. Having said all those things, this is what these people do. They infiltrate your life. They infiltrate your mind. They infiltrate your relationships, your city, town, state, countries, jurisdictions, and so much more. But what they don't realize is that we, the collective, are becoming more and more empowered, and we are seeing the signs of toxicity, and we're not tolerating these behaviors any longer, and we are healing. And so many of us in the community have healed and healed quietly, which means we're not shouting from the rooftops and saying we're going to get payback on that person, or we're going to be vindictive or call them out or expose them. No, we're letting them expose themselves, meaning the toxic people. We are healing in silence. We are growing in numbers. We are becoming stronger each and every day. And so this is where this person that you're considering, they won't be able to wrap their head around the fact that not only that you've gone no contact and you've blocked them, but that you look great, you sound great, your energy has returned, your bank account has returned, your relationships have been rebuilt, the ones that weren't fractured too much. You've re-established yourself. You've entered the third version of you, and you've done something that they could not wrap their head around because they don't even know how to do things on their own without a fuel source. Remember, this person you're considering is a ship in an ocean of abuse, and they need an engine. They need a fuel source to drive them or to take them from one period of their life to the next. That fuel source was you. It was myself too. But we are now our own fuel sources, which means now we can take a class, teach a class, read a book, write a book, travel the world, fall in love again. We can stand in the middle of banana plants and create a video. We can sleep in till 12 o'clock, or we can start writing our book or our memoirs. We can do whatever we want to do, because no longer are we bound by the chains of the toxic person. No longer are we being controlled by our smartphone. No longer are we being doubted, blamed, yelled at, verbally abused, financially abused, emotionally abused. Now all of the other people that were not the toxic person have weeded themselves out. They've showed us who they are. And this includes many people, which include flying monkeys and enablers and other people. These people all revealed themselves, as have the narcissist and as have you revealed yourself. Think about when your back was against the wall when the discard happened. Was anybody there to knock on your door and be there for you and support you? Nobody was there. And anyone who was there, they couldn't wrap their head around it unless they went through it themselves, which means the cycle, and that is a very short list of people. So you had to put yourself back together. You had to crack the code. You had to figure out what kind of relationship that was, whether it was a business relationship, a partnership, a marriage, a friendship, a budding romantic relationship, a sibling relationship. Maybe it was your mom or dad. Maybe it was a colleague, a coworker, a bestie. Who knows who the person was, but that person took advantage of you. They took advantage of your kindness and your empathy, and they took it and they looked at it as you being weak because they didn't possess what you possessed, which again is what these people want to do. They want to take things that they don't have, which include time, empathy, love, money, energy, focus, mindset, everything that you have, they wanted to take and more. And you may say, well, why do they want to take time? They have their own time. Well, their time is too busy spent on stealing other people's time that they never get to enjoy their own time, which is why the narcissist is always living for the moment. You are living in the present moment, and the present moment is where the abundance happens. The present moment is where you can do whatever you want to do, as I shared. So why the narcissist can't believe where you are? It's because you've healed or you're healing. They can't fathom that. They can't wrap their head around how much damage they inflicted upon you and how you were so strong and so courageous and so resilient that you actually did put yourself back together. They can't understand it because you must remember, these people are takers, and what they do is they take and take and take. And when they're done, what do they want to do? They want to take more. They don't give you anything other than a promise of what will never be. They give you nothing but hollowness, but emptiness, but a relationship that you need to heal from. Now you're understanding that, and now you have been tested to your core. Now you know how strong you are. You now know how weak that person is. The further you get away from these people, the stronger you get. The stronger you get, the smaller they get. The smaller they get, the more clear your mind gets. The clearer your mind gets, the more energy returns. The more energy returns, the more focus returns. The more focus returns, the more purpose in your life returns or is presented to you. And this is, as I've shared over the years, this is where these doors of abundance get kicked wide open for you. It's when doors of possibility and doors of opportunity are presented to you. And this is when you focus on yourself. You're no longer trying to put out fires that toxic person was starting on purpose. You're no longer experiencing death by 1,000 paper cuts. You're no longer experiencing all the abuse. You aren't waiting for the front door to open and see if it's Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde. You're not walking on eggshells. You're not being blamed. You're not being given the silent treatment for a weekend. You're not being blame shifted. You're not being ghosted. You're not being projected upon. You're not being gaslit, if I didn't say it. All these things go away. And when they go away, they stay away. Because now at the whiff or the hint of toxicity, now you say thank you, but no thank you. I want nothing to do with that person or that neighbor or that colleague or the person I'm taking a class with or the teacher or the business associate, if I didn't say it, whomever. I want nothing to do with them. This is why all of us, each and every one of us, are stronger than we know. This is why all of us, and I mean all of us, were tested to our core. This is why this generation, which is you, and it certainly is me, we're different than previous generations, because previous generations of people, that is, and I'm not referring to age, I'm talking about if you were in the cycle when you were in your 20s or 30s or 40s or 50s or whatever age you were, this is the generation I'm referring to. We've healed. We've done something that most people have never done before us. And most people going forward will never understand what you went through. And my hope, again, is that this behavior is eradicated, meaning narcissism. But until it is, we have to continue to fight the good fight, take the high road, do the right thing, even when no one's looking, and understand that the person who you're considering took their best shot at you, and they had an insurmountable advantage, and they still failed. Against all odds, against all the deck being stacked against you, you still won. And when you finally go no contact and block that person, you've officially won, because now you've closed the chapter on the book of that relationship, of toxicity, and of the narcissist. And this is when you can arrive at, or you will arrive at, the mountaintop of indifference. That is a great place. It's a place where the view is abundant, it's fresh, it's clean, and like I shared, you can do whatever you want to do as long as the tentacles of the toxic person you're considering, or even fringe people, have nothing to do with you. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. I love y'all. God bless you. I love y'all, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. And it's been a while since I've been here in the banana plant part of North Carolina. And yes, this is North Carolina. I just wanted to create a different environment for you and let you know that I'm doing fantastic. The abundance is everywhere here in the summer. My hope is wherever you are, you're doing well. You have closed the chapter of the book on this person, or you're healing and you're getting stronger, and you are using gray rock and insulating and protecting yourself, getting your cup full, recharging your battery, and getting ready to create, develop, and execute your exit plan if you haven't done it. If you've done it, continue to live your best life. Continue to focus on yourself and continue to conserve your energy for yourself and those loved and trusted ones around you. Because remember, at one time, as I shared earlier, you were the new supply. At one time, you were the person who was being abused and being taken advantage of, and you were the person who was doing everything you possibly could to maintain an unmaintainable relationship, which means that each and every narcissistic relationship does have an expiration date. You're now understanding that. Tough pill to swallow, but it's real. That's why you need to get away from these people as far as you can and as fast as you can, because they don't change. They are nothing but self-serving, walking, zombie, robotic AI hologram people. That's all they are. And they think that they know more than you, and they think that they can keep you stuck in that trance, that zombie-like state. Well, that's what they used to be able to do, but they can't any longer, because you have finally seen the light. You finally cracked the code, and now you're placing all that energy and attention back into yourself. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye.